My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is unlocking Kundalini. You can always go to YouTube and type in Rare Bird Medicine and hit that subscribe button. There's also a bell if you'd like to get notifications of when I post videos. But the last video that I did that is available there is called Midlife Crisis. And Midlife Crisis is going to talk a little bit more in depth about why you might want to unlock your Kundalini energy. Today, I'm going to give you an active practice, a video you can go back to unlock your Kundalini. And so we're going to do it together on today's call. I dedicate this video to my dear friends Kristen and Golbahar. They've both shown interest in this topic and receiving more information on it. I love them both dearly. I pray to be like them more and more. They're amazing humans, beautiful medicine women in my circle. So what we're going to do today is unlock our Kundalini. We are going to shield and protect ourselves first before we unlock it. But before we get into the shielding practice, what I'd like for you to do is to consider a physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual shift you'd like to see in your life. So physically, or just pick one, but physically, are you having any pain? Heather has some neck and shoulder pain from doing so much data entry for her jobs. And so I might choose that, for example. Are you having any physical pain? Just body check in. Mental pain. Are you having consistent mental thoughts that you are unlovable, that you are a burden, that you are, that nobody understands you? Is there any type of repetitive and redundant thought that is painful in your temple of light to be holding? Is there any emotional distress that you've been experiencing? Do you feel like you've been in a deep depression or a mild depression that's kind of been constant for many years now? Perhaps you've been vacillating between anxiety and worry as you vacillate between thoughts about the past and the future. So how is your emotional state doing? And then spiritually, how are you doing? Have you been in an oppressive religion that did not honor your sovereignty, autonomy, and right to ask questions? And now you are grasping for some new spiritual philosophy to hold that is more aligned with your inner knowing that spirituality is not oppressive? Then perhaps that's where a change is needed. So just pick one of those spaces. Something may be really ringing out to you, and that's definitely the work to do. And you'll have this video to go back to address all four quadrants if you want to. You can also, if none of that sings to you, if you're like, I'm amazing in all four quadrants, congratulations, way to go. That's awesome. It's a great aim to hold for overall wellness. So then you might want to visualize something that you would like to experience in your life. Maybe you're looking to get a new job. Maybe you're looking to get out of an unhealthy relationship or get into a relationship. Maybe you are looking to do any given number of things. Heather's looking to create a magical school of mysticism that is a sustainable, eco-friendly school that is full of equally yoked, interesting, fascinating, deeply spiritual individuals that have a lot to offer, and the type of teachers that I want to be surrounded by as a constant student of life. So whatever your focus is, pick that focus now. You're welcome to pause the video and pick that up for yourself and then come back to it once you have it. Pick one thing, because we're going to be concentrated in our efforts, attention, and focus. And then go ahead and close your eyes and bring your awareness into the prize of your inner temple of light, the place where you reside with every breath, no matter how the mind wanders. Here you are. Right there where the breath lives. That's where I always be, no matter how the mind wanders. Here I am, right here and now, where I always exist. And begin to notice as you find your natural breath, what your frequency, what your vibration, what your native being feels like. Just feel yourself there for a minute. Begin to drop your day. You may slightly begin to deepen the breath, as we have a tendency to shallow breathe. And on your next inhale, I want you to deeply inhale forgiveness of self. I forgive myself. And then exhale and breathe forgiveness upon the world. I forgive you, world. I forgive you, beings. Another deep inhale. I forgive the self. I forgive myself. I have a right to learn. I don't have to know everything. Exhale. I forgive you, world. You have the right to learn. You don't have to know everything and be perfect. One final inhale. I forgive me and all that I be. I love my living tree. Exhale and bless the world. I forgive you, world, and love you now. You are enough, even if you are written to learn. And then I want you to imagine a ball of white light. You can imagine this white light in your body. It may be in your lower belly, which can be called the dantian. It may be in your heart. We're just going to find wherever that is in you. I trust your wisdom. Find that ball of white light. And as you continue to breathe, allow it to expand with every breath. That white light begins to grow and to glow, and it begins to fill your vessel, activating the light body that you are. And as you continue to breathe, breathing in and breathing out, and that light continues to grow and to glow, you continue to expand that ball of light to fill your vessel. That ball of light goes all the way past the top of your head and all the way past the base of your feet. It goes past your arms. You are literally in a bubble of light. And I want you to hold the intention that this bubble of light has a membrane, and only that which serves your highest good is welcome in as you do this work. So if there are any ancestors, ally spirits that you work with that you would like to support you in your Kundalini work, you can welcome them here now. This membrane does not allow anything in that does not serve your highest good, for you have spoken, and therefore that is the rule and the law that the universe will follow. And so now that you are shielded in this ball of white light and having access to your allies, bring awareness to your pelvis. And in your pelvis, you have Muladhara, the root chakra. The root chakra handles security, safety, feelings of belonging on earth, feeling stable, feeling grounded, being rooted and connected to Pachamama, sacred Gaia. And so I want you to, if you can, and are wanting to develop your clairvoyance, take a look here even. You may even look into the pelvis and see what you see going on. Ideally, we have a beautiful glowing red light in Muladhara, the root chakra. And that red light may even grow roots down into the ground as we ground down into being willing to be in our bodies. And so now here in the root chakra, in Muladhara, we have an Ida and a Pingala. There are two energy centers on either side of the very center of your pelvis. The Ida is a 3.5 coiled snake that is lunar, cold, white, feminine, receptive, nurturing, generous listening. The Pingala is a 3.5 coiled snake on the right as opposed to the left where the Ida lives. And it is red, hot, active, dynamic, ready to do things, in motion, has mobility and energy and strategy to serve you. And there's a third energy I want you to pay attention to, and it's called the Sushumna. And this is a tube of energy. And this tube of energy begins at Muladhara, just in front of the base of the spine. And it runs like a tube all the way up in front of the spine, all the way up to the third eye or the center of your forehead. And Sushumna is the tube in which Ida and Pingala will unlock into to pour out of your third eye. So it's a relatively large tube. The tube is large enough to fit Ida and Pingala so they can unwind up that tube. And so I want you to imagine a flash of light in your pelvis now. That flash of light is telling Ida and Pingala and Sushumna that you are going to awaken and unlock your Kundalini energy to work with your intended purpose this day. And what you're going to see as these 3.5 coiled snakes begin to awaken and they begin to start to move up this tube. And what they're going to do is they're going to move around that red ball of light in the Muladhara, a root chakra, and they're going to touch one another as if a double helix is unwinding inside of your body. They're going to touch just above that red ball in your pelvis that is the root chakra. And then they're going to unwind again where Svadhisthana, the sacral orange chakra, is. And just above that ball, they're going to touch again in your lower belly, just above that orange ball of the sacral. And then they're going to unwind some more and touch just above Manipura, the solar plexus chakra, your willpower and bravery. And they're going to unwind again, and like a double helix, they'll touch above Anahata, the heart chakra. And again, like a double helix, they'll unwind and touch just above Vishuddha, the throat chakra, and again above Ajna, the brow chakra. They will begin to pour out of the brow. So you can see these double snakes just pouring out in this double helix. You may even feel, if you're very clairsentient, the vibration of this double helix energy pouring out of your third eye. So if you tend to get your psychic senses through feeling, you may feel that. If you're clairaudient, you may hear the vibratory sound of it unfolding out of your third eye. If you're clairvoyant, you may clearly see it. If you're claircognizant, you may experience it on all levels with your divine knowing. Allow that Kundalini energy to fill your ball of light. And I want you to imagine your intention now. Bring this to your awareness. If you've chosen a physical shift, what you're going to do is visualize yourself in this ball of energy, Kundalini energy that you have unlocked and awakened, being in the state you seek yourself in. So you will see yourself having great mobility, great vibrancy, vitality, vigor, energy. We are holding ourselves in the desired state. We are telling the quantum waves of probability what types of particles to collapse into coming in our future moments. We are commanding the field. If you have chosen mental, you may see yourself feeling really confident and being able to say loving things to the self, or perhaps you have shifted the dynamics of how you are talking to others. If you've been feeling aggressive and oppressive, all of a sudden you're able to be compassionate and empathetic in the way that you speak to others. If you've chosen mental health, you will experience yourself in this Kundalini ball of energy being that person now. If you've chosen emotional health, you will see this shift in your emotional health. Suddenly there are no worries. There are no anxieties. I feel at peace. I allow life to be shadow and light. I allow life to hand me contrasts, and I allow this contrast to give me the perfect playground to extend and offer my evolution to the world. And if you've chosen spiritual focus, you may see yourself finding divine-minded, equally yoked individuals in a spiritual community. You may see yourself hugging new people and having amazing conversations and feeling aha moments in the conversations you have in your new divine-inspired spiritual community that you have connected to. And if you've finally chosen to manifest something specific, I want you to flush that up completely in the field now. We are going to activate as many senses as we can, whatever we have chosen. I want you to see it. I want you to feel it as if it has arrived. It has arrived. You have it. You hold it. You be it. This is occurring now. I want you to think on this thing, giving it a very clear, very visceral, almost as if you're watching a movie unfold before you, and you feel like you may be an actor in this film. And oh my goodness, I feel very vested in what's going on, and I am a part of this new picturing. So I want you to hear whatever sounds may go along with it. Maybe if you're choosing a spiritual community, you may hear a kirtan or a chanting or whatever aligns with your mind, your desire, that which you seek to find. So I want you to hear it. I want you to see it. I want you to smell it and taste it if it's relevant. If you're manifesting an amazing cup of coffee, I want you to taste the flavors. I want you to smell the aroma. So we are going to get fully immersed in this experience. And what we are doing as our Kundalini energy is unlocked, and we are actively working with the Kundalini principle that allows us to create anew. We are telling the quantum field how to show up in our futures. We are telling the quantum field how to show up in a more macrocosmic way in our lives. And we know that atoms are responding to consciousness. These are the facts. And so we are telling these atoms, I would like this now. I see this now. Yes, this is what I choose. I want you to hold it fully and completely. And I'm going to give you just a moment to take that and hold it in your awareness, fully flushed up with no interruptions from my voice. Very good. Very, very good. Now I want you to release it and let it go completely. You do not need to hold it because you have ordered it and it is being delivered to you now. I want you to take that Kundalini energy that has filled your white ball of light, and I want you to, like a double helix, pour it back into the third eye and unwind it around each chakra and lock each 3.5 coiled snake, the Ida on the left and the Pingala on the right. So just unwind all the way down, lock them into place with a flash of white light. The Kundalini is locked and secure back in place, and slowly open your eyes to the prize that is you. You can always subscribe to Rare Bird Medicine on YouTube. Thank you for joining me this day. I'm Win.